All right. My name's Mick Robson for the Arena Media, and I'm here with the MCW Women's Champion, the Slam Women's Champion, the Integrity Women's Champion, the GirlyPop Sensation sweeping the nation, Shay Kassidy. How you going?
Hello, I'm good. How are you, Mick?
Doing excellent, doing excellent. As I've said to you, I had to get you on here. You've had so much going on the past couple of years, especially, and there's a lot going on coming up for PWA with King of the Metro. So, figured we talk all things you and all things King of the Metro.
All
So,
things me, that sounds great to me.
of course.
Let's go. Let's do it.
So, enlisting off just a few of the championships you've had there and you've got currently, what does it mean to you to get all those like featured spots? You're not just getting booked on cards, you're getting put in these championship main spots again and again. Sort of shows
I,
confidence that they see you as a star. So, what do you think about that?
it's very, yeah, it's very like, uh, it's crazy in such a like, yeah, I feel like I say this all the time, but every time I've, won each belt that I have, I've just been like, this is just so interesting. And I'm very grateful that, the companies and promoters just have the trust and the faith in me to hold the title and to make it, mean something for the company. And it's so it's a very rewarding feeling to feel that
Mm,
trust and
mm,
faith put into me.
absolutely. And it keeps happening again and again. So, obviously, you're doing something, right?
Oh, I must be at this point, right?
So I've said to you before, your confidence has seemed to go through the roof in the past couple of years. You know, you started your career, your character was like the shy emo girl, and now you've got all this color and all this sort of glitz and glamour in your entrances and performances. Is there a certain point where you kind of like flip the switch and go, "Oh, okay, I'm comfortable now. I've got this kind of thing."
I think I had a bit of I had that moment I think last year.
Okay.
Because I think when we first started doing like the Backside Girls, which was like that first switch of my character from that like emo Shay to the girly pop Shay, um, you can probably tell when you watch back those matches that I'm very much not in my element and I'm
Yeah.
very like I feel out of place and I probably look it as well. And even 2024, still kind of getting my bearings. Still not super confident in my ability, but yet last year I feel was just a big uh pivot for me in my confidence. I think it was a huge turning point, especially like after having matches against we versed the Velocities at King of the Metro last year.
Yeah.
I wrestled Robbie Eagles last July, which that was a pretty crazy couple of months because I just had kind of big match. And so I kind of had to have that confidence in myself.
It's
Um,
kind of sink or
and
swim at
just
that point, right?
yeah, right. Like especially versing the Velocities, like the best tag team in Australia, one of the
Yeah,
best tag teams in the world.
absolutely.
Um, so we really had to hold our own as the Backside Girls and also just as individuals. But yeah, no, it has been truly such a uh like a big discovery for me. Like
Mm.
it's been very it's like a coming of life,
Yeah.
coming of age. That's
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean.
yeah.
Um, yeah, it was like a whole coming of age for me. Because I did start like debuted when I was 18, I think,
Okay,
18 or
wow.
19. So I was very young
Yeah.
and coming into my own. And I think now, yeah, I very much have turned into a bit of an adult and I'm confident in myself, even to the detriment of others. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. As long as you're profiting, that's the main thing, right?
That's what's most important, you know?
But it's funny to say coming of age, like, you know, you're still fairly young, but I suppose that evolution of your character in wrestling, I suppose, would parallel a bit with your life as well. You're growing as an adult and a human, along with growing as a wrestler and performer.
Oh, absolutely. I think, especially before I started teaming with Kingsley, I was very in my shell, very in my shell. And then yeah, the Backside Girls really brought that not just confidence for Shay Cassidy in the ring, but also for me outside of the ring.
Awesome.
And I think that is just it's a crazy thing what wrestling can do for you. Like I truly don't think people understand what wrestling really can do and bring to you and bring out of you. But yeah, no, it's yeah, I'm very grateful for Kingsley and Everett and everyone like that who has helped bring me a little bit more out of my shell,
Yeah.
you know?
Would you say Kingsley going overseas, did that change things up quickly, or did that speed up the process or change the process in any way?
I think it really did kind of force me to go, all right, you need to do this on your own.
Yeah.
Like you've been you've been not necessarily relying or depending on her, but it was a case of I needed to I knew she was leaving, and so I had to just prepare myself to be a solo act, to be a singles wrestler without her. And
Yeah.
so that's basically the few months that, well, I guess like probably like, I don't know, like 6 months before she left. I knew she was going, and so I had to like really lock in on like promos and my wrestling ability and my character work and everything so that it wouldn't like I wouldn't just be like she goes and then I go, oh well, I don't know what to do now.
And then you start
You
working on
know?
it, and then you're sort of behind the eight ball
Well,
kind of
yeah, I
thing.
would I would absolutely be shooting myself in the foot if I had done that. But I think it really worked out for the better. I miss her so much. I love her so much. But her moving away was very much something that I think I needed to really grow as a wrestler and an individual.
Sure. I think it kind of worked out well too because your previous character as the emo girl, it was kind of like a shy and awkward character anyway. So when I'd see you when you first joined Backside Girls and Kingsley seemed to be kind of leading the thing and you were like kind of there and
Hmm.
gradually growing, it seemed like it was in character anyway. So it could kind of be explained away as like, oh, if you're actually grown in confidence and stuff, that's great. But you could also just
Mm.
play it off and be like, oh, I was just playing the character. I was always cool and confident. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, look, I could say that. But everyone would know I would be lying.
Yes.
So yeah,
Got to
no.
stay a little bit humble, right?
Gotta stay humble.
Yeah.
Gotta stay humble, you know?
But it's been awesome seeing you like overcome challenges and things and progress and keep leveling up. You've got a really big challenge coming up on July 4th at King of the Metro. It's good timing. I saw this actually because last year at King of the Metro, I interviewed Jack Bonza, who came in at number 30 in the Rumble. And now we've got
Hmm.
Shay Kassidy this year, complete other end of the spectrum, coming in at number one. Um, how
Yeah.
are you preparing for that, and how does that change your preparation coming into the Metro?
Well, I'll be honest. I didn't really even entertain the thought of coming out as number one. So the preparation has been me just dwelling on coming out as number one.
Yeah.
It's been a very slow process, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'm mostly concerned about the music, the entrance
Oh,
song, like what I'm
absolutely.
going to come out to, because that's really it. That could be the make or break.
Mm.
Because if I come out to something that's just not the vibe of the night, it could ruin everything.
You've got to set
It
the
could.
tone.
I've got to set the tone. If I'm
Mm.
number one, I'm setting the vibe for the whole thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I gotta come in with a plan. I gotta come in with a game plan that is foolproof. Obviously my very good friend, the Tuck Man, he came in last year's number one, won it.
Mm.
So it's not impossible.
Yeah.
Difficult, sure, some will say. But I think Shay Cassidy is an overcomer.
I
And
think so.
I think the right entrance, the right music, the right vibes, I think I'm just gonna go in there and I'm gonna read the vibes.
Mm.
And based off that, I know I can win.
Love the confidence. And you've got an extra challenge in there because I think coming in at number one, obviously, you need to have a lot of stamina wrestling for possibly up to an hour. But for Shay Cassidy, there's even more of a challenge because how much dancing are you going to have to try and do for the whole course of a Rumble?
I think the better question is how much am I not going to do? Like I think that just because I'm coming in at number one, that doesn't change who Shay Cassidy is. I'm going to be dancing until my legs fall off. You know, I'm going to not stop until I become the dancing queen of the metro. You know what I'm saying? You
Absolutely,
know
I do.
what? You know what I'm putting down? Yeah.
Absolutely. And also, you might have an advantage there if you do dance until your legs fall off. The only way to get eliminated in a rumble is to be thrown over the top rope, both feet hit the floor. If your legs come off, then how are they going to do it?
You get it, Mick.
There
You
you go.
get it. See?
So,
Thinking with my brain here.
absolutely, yeah. I'm picking up what you're putting down. But
Thank gosh.
I can't wait to see how you go for the entrance because the entrances and the song choices in the last year or so for the Black Label shows have been just amazing. Like, especially at the Metro when, you've had your hosting duties at the Coliseum and different entrances through
Mm-hmm.
your big matches. And it
Oh
always just
yeah.
elevates the whole field room. Any Black Label show is always great fun, but a Shea Cassidy entrance just puts it up to,
Oh yeah. We go big or go home.
that's
That's
it.
what we do here.
Hell yeah. And also, being the Rumble, you never know who's going to enter. Are there any sort of threats or potential worries you have about people entering?
Well, I don't I know they're busy in the night, but I really don't want to run into North Shore wrestling. That would upset me greatly. Who else would I don't love the Poms.
Yeah,
Would prefer not to run into them.
just in general life.
Ah, no, yeah, that is just more of a general in the ring, backstage, at training. That's just kind of in general, really. Oh, yeah, there's a couple of them.
Yeah,
Jack Bonza. Oh, but you know what? He's busy also in the night, so maybe he might be the heavyweight champion, so he might
could
not
be.
be in there.
It could be someone you have your eye on after you win the Rumble, possibly. You
Could
could
be,
see a Shea versus Bonds match down the line for a title.
maybe. But hey, you don't know which title I want to go for. I
This is
might not want to go for
oh,
the heavyweight.
this is true. You get your choice.
You get a
Intriguing.
choice.
And we've also got a couple of new names in the Rumble. We've got, I believe, MJ Eagles, daughter of Madison Eagles, making her debut. What are your thoughts
Oh
on
yeah.
MJ?
Oh yeah. I'm a little nervous actually because I feel MJ has got a huge advantage because really, you know, not a lot of people have seen what she can do. I mean, I am grateful to have seen her training and to see her come up. But really, what is MJ Eagles capable of? You know?
You'd only be scratching
Like,
the surface. Just seeing her training would only be scratching the surface, I'm sure, of what she can
oh,
do.
oh, absolutely. There has to be some secret training going on at home.
You'd think so. I mean, there's a
Yes,
big pedigree there.
absolutely.
There's Madison Eagles, there's Michael Spencer, there's
Absolutely. You have
oh,
to take advantage of that.
I would, yeah, if I was
Absolutely.
her. And talk
Oh
about
yeah.
people being like born for the business or I'm born for this. She literally was born into it. So,
Literally was literally. If that isn't a top contender, I don't know who is.
and for King of the Metro in general, obviously we've got our prediction for the Rumble. Shay's going to go all the way. But your predictions on the other big matches on the card. How do you see the title match between Bonza and Big Fudge going?
Oh, Fudgy is one of my dear friends, and I truly do see him just conquering Jack J. Bonza. I think Bonza needs it. He needs a little bit of humbling. I think he's just been a bit too mean for a bit too long. And Fudgy is my goat. And he is going to retain the PWA Heavyweight Championship against Jack.
Hell yeah, heard it here first. Possibly Bonza's lack of a soul might be contributing to his anger issues. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, like a soul, like a hair,
Mm.
so many things really.
Also, if you talk to him, I never said that. He won't say this.
Oh, if you talk to him, I never said that.
Sounds good.
I won't tell if you don't.
Done deal. Um, and also we've got the big for the final time. Apparently, it's going to be the Dropouts versus North Shore Wrestling. How do you think that's going to go down? We've got Scott's on the injured list at the moment, I believe, and we've got
Mm.
Tuckman and Jess against North Shore. How do you think that dynamic's going to play out?
Oh, I think Jessica and the Tuck Man. Oh, I think that's a perfect combo. I have seen, I mean, I feel like these six individuals, all of them, all of North Shore, Dropout, Jessica, they've been intertwined for the last year and a half, maybe longer. Um, and I know that whether it would be Scotty or Jess teaming with Tuck, I don't think it changes the dynamic. I think it's a strong dynamic. Jessica could take all of North Shore all on her own, let's be real.
I mean, we kind of
But
saw that last show. She was the ref and kicked everyone's ass then. So,
oh, and what a glorious moment that was. But yes, no, I think that this is going to be a very, very rightfully so win for Tuckman, Jessica, and by proxy, Scotty.
yeah, I can't wait to see it all go down. And there's a lot of emotion there, and it's been a long time coming.
Mm.
So, should be a good one to watch.
Oh yeah,
Going back to just you in general at the moment, you had some big stuff happen earlier this year. You went over to America for Mania Week. Um, I
I
saw,
did.
I saw you got involved in the GCW clusterfuck. What was that like?
Yeah, a clusterfuck. Um, yeah, we were quite early on the in the match. We were like entrant 11
Oh
out of
wow.
like 70. So we were like out in the first half hour and we danced with men like DeVries and Becca and a mariachi band and we had a great time and then it was ruined and that's fine. We don't need to talk about that bit, but hey, we danced to High School Musical and what a lovely experience that was.
I mean, that's taking me back to my childhood right there, so can't go wrong. Yeah.
Right.
Talk about
Oh, it,
immaculate vibes.
oh yeah. I was gonna say, what else are the Backside Girls gonna bring other than just an incredible song, incredible vibes, incredible dance moves, incredible vocals? I could go on.
You could, and you can, and you
I
absolutely can.
could.
It's your interview. But
You're right.
speaking of the backside girls, you and Kingsley were both involved in I believe Lodestone training camp with Bayley from WWE, and you had a few visitors along the way as well. What was that experience of our Lodestone like?
Oh, it was a very crazy. The whole week itself was crazy, but that like day was just we were up really early. We were kind of out, not super late the previous night, like, but just like, we didn't get a full 8 hours sleep.
Yeah,
So we wake up and me and Kingsley and Chevs and Ali Catch, we all just head to uh the center, to the gym. They also had a ring. And yeah, we walked in and we grabbed a coffee, walked into where the ring was, sitting on the ring, CM Punk, and we were just like, oh, okay. We're just getting right into it, I say. Sure. All right. And he was lovely. He was wonderful. I think was meant to be there for like an hour. He was there for like two. He was just
wow.
answering so many questions and he's very funny and he was a lovely, lovely, lovely human.
Any pearls of
Um,
wisdom you could share that CM Punk gave?
oh gosh, there was so much. Hang on, let me think. He did like talk about, doing like wrestling on the fly. And I feel like that actually it doesn't happen as much or as often as I feel like it used to.
Mm,
I feel like wrestling isn't very on the fly or in the moment sometimes. But he basically just said like sometimes you just go out and sometimes you'll be in front of like crowd of 20, crowd of 200, crowd of 2000, and sometimes you just go out there and call it. And I was just like, wow, such a such a fun concept that is,
I
you
think
know?
I think feeding off the crowd makes the best wrestling moments when you know the performers interacting with the crowd's giving it back. It's a lot
Yeah.
better emotionally from both sides than just going, here's my match, enjoy my match, and that investment, that locking in is not quite there sometimes if you're just watching the performance without interacting. I think the interactive element of wrestling is one of the best parts of it.
Yeah, I very much agree with that. And I feel like there's been such moments recently, like maybe over the last few months, where I've ha been in a match and I've like just done something in the moment, on the fly with the crowd, or like responding to the crowd, or just stuff like that. And I just like internally went, yeah, that was good. Good stuff. Good job.
It's like, yes, Punk would be proud.
Punk will be so proud of me. But yeah, like it was just he is very, yeah, he was just a lovely, lovely guy. He's so casual as well. Like he was so chill. Um,
Which probably
and then
helps when
yeah,
you're there and you're nervous, at this big camp. And
oh
sometimes you need
yeah,
that chillness just to go, oh, okay, I can breathe. And
yeah. Like it was just like, oh yeah, he's just a guy. He's
yeah.
just a guy. Um, and then yeah, like we did a whole like half an hour workout circuit. And then as we were cooling down from that, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch came in.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, okay, yep, this is, yep. I think it's like maybe 10 a.m. at this point or something, not even that.
Mm.
Um, and they were lovely as well. I did actually get to ask them a question. What did I ask them? I asked, how do you like how do you figure out it's time to move on to the next evolution of your character, and how do you find inspiration for said evolutions?
Sure.
And because I feel like you may be able to also, like, I very much feel like I change very greatly as a character.
Yeah.
Um, and also I just want to, find ways to like subtly go to that next evolution and stuff.
Mm.
And Becky was super, super great at like, yeah, answering. I think also all of us girls were very excited to speak to Becky, to ask her questions and
Yeah,
everything.
I can imagine.
Um, and so that was, yeah, she was super lovely and she was so kind. Seth was lovely. They're very, very smart people. Never
So,
thought they weren't,
yeah.
but it really hammered that fact. Um, but yeah, no, they were great. And then Rey Mysterio
Mm.
showed up, and that was like the really crazy one because
Like,
that was like the one I fully did actually grow up from. Like,
oh, yeah.
started watching. My first memories watching wrestling were like when I was 4. So like I genuinely like that's '06.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So
that
that's,
was like actually seeing him wrestle. So that was like the crazy one that I was like, I actually kind of was like, oh, I'm a bit starstruck.
oh, yeah.
I'm
When I
like,
say don't meet
I'm
your
like,
heroes, but you meet your heroes and they turn out to be that great. I mean, that's
oh yeah,
kind of winning.
that's fine. Just don't meet them if they're not nice.
Yeah.
But like if they're nice, meet them. It's
Yeah.
fine.
You just got to know beforehand. I get that crystal ball and just hope for the
Yeah,
best.
just know beforehand, duh.
Yeah, of course.
And yeah, like Danhausen was there and he was lovely as well. He spoke a lot about character stuff. Yeah, it was a crazy, crazy day. Like we were there from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Um, and yeah, it was crazy. It was awesome. It was genuine. Me and Kingsley, went back to our hotel, and Kingsley was like wrestling later that night, and we napped because we were like, okay, great day. We need to rest.
The adrenaline would keep you going all day, and then at some point, the adrenaline wears off, and you've got to go, oh, wow, now I need sleep and to function.
Oh yeah, I need a little rest.
Yeah. I did see post Lodestone and that. I saw Bayley put up a post on Instagram, and she's talking about tag team wrestling, and she actually referenced the Backslide Girls by name. How did that feel? Seeing that little shout out.
I I like had briefly seen that Instagram post, but I hadn't read the whole thing, but I'd like briefly looked at it because I think it was like Mania, it was like Mania Day that she posted it.
Yeah.
And I was very busy because I was going to Mania and like all that kind of stuff. And when I came back from Mania. I actually looked at the post because I was like, oh, I want to have actually read what she wrote. And I looked at it and went, Kingsley, Kingsley, Bayley put our names on our Instagram post. And Kingsley was like, huh? And I was like, huh? We were just like very excited and very, very grateful because yeah, the whole day she was really kind to us and she yeah, that's an honorary backslide girl, I tell you
Hell yeah.
now.
Awesome. I'd love to see it if you can get her to come down for the eventual Black Side Girls reunion. That'd be awesome.
Right? Oh, I'll get her over to Canada.
Sounds
Come on,
great.
Bailey. Come
That's
on.
right. You guys are doing Toronto soon, right? Is that, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. One night only.
That's, book my flights now and see how I go.
Thank God. Oh,
But it goes to show, like, if she's gonna single you guys out by name, there was a big group of girls there, and for you guys to be the ones to get named in the post kind of shows you made a solid impression there.
I think we were just kind of like little gremlins to her the whole day. I feel like it was very, I could tell she was probably experiencing a bit of whiplash because the day before there was like a little dinner thing that she organized, but Kingsley didn't fly in until like later that night. So I went by myself. So I was kind of there like emo Shay Kassidy, like very
Yeah,
quiet and to myself. And
just
then
time traveled.
the second that Kingsley was there, it was like there was two of us, and it was like we wouldn't shut up. And I feel like in a room full of Americans, for the most part, two Australians with really Aussie accents, you know, I think it rubs off on you,
Oh
you
yeah,
know? I think you
definitely.
grow to love it eventually. And
Uh,
I think Bailey does love us and
I
is
think
obsessed with us.
I think so. And there we go. Honorary backside girl. Get her on the merch, and then you're all set.
She's past initiation. Let's get her in.
Love it. What is the initiation process to become a backside girl? Just for any inquiring minds.
Just pass the vibe check, really.
Cool, cool.
But don't let that fool you. It is a grueling vibe check. I will say so myself.
I mean, it took Bailey a whole, 8 hours to be initiated in, so
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah.
Not easy.
No, we put them through the ringer. Yeah.
Love to hear it. Um, just going back to your, I guess, your beginnings, uh, even before you started training, possibly, what would you say are some of your sort of inspirations or influences in sort of growing up and then getting into starting to train and become a wrestler?
Ooh, it really, I think my like top female wrestler always was Lita growing up.
Hmm.
Like, absolutely. I loved her style. I loved her just like coolness, you
Mm.
know? She had a really cool factor to her. And
She
I
was a
just really
badass.
liked that. Yeah, she was just really cool and just like tough. And I just really liked that. And she was like, well, actually, she used to like wear the baggy pants and everything. And that was kind of half of like it was kind of the inspiration as to like my first couple of gears were like baggy pants. It was
Yeah,
kind of just based off her. And
little
then
tribute.
also, yeah, a little, just like a little, hello, leader, you know? And then, yeah, and then I feel like, um, and I just love watching this person's matches, but
Mm.
Shawn Michaels,
He's
I
my goat.
feel he's genuinely my all-time favorite ever, ever. And so just watching his stuff is just it genuinely I was like watching what was I watching the other Survivor Series 2003 with
Oh,
Team Austin versus
Team
Team
Bischoff.
Bishop. Yeah,
That's my
team
favorite Survivor Series match.
and I was because I hadn't seen it because obviously 2003
Mm.
I didn't watch it at the time.
Mm.
Um and I was just like watching it because someone was like, you have to watch this. If you haven't watched it, you should watch it.
Yeah.
If you like Shawn Michaels, and I was watching it, I was losing my mind. And it was just watching any Shawn Michaels match gets me hyped up. Like it actually just proper just gets me hyped up.
I mean, showing my age, but my first exposure to wrestling was a Shawn Michaels VHS in like 1998. So,
Hey, I grew up with some VHS,
yeah, not a
not that
total,
old.
not a total antique. Um,
No.
but no, like leader Shawn Michaels, great inspirations, influences for sure.
Oh yeah.
And then when you got into training, I guess what was the training like at the beginning? Was anything that was really hard or really surprising when you first got into
I think it was all really hard.
it?
I think I was well, see, like I started training when I was 16 and I just kind of was walking in with like rose-colored glasses of like, oh, I this should be not that not that I thought it would be easy, but I was like not entirely sure how hard it would be.
Yeah.
And so even without doing any of the wrestling aspect, like our warm-ups,
Mm,
um, I was like, oh, I also I did not go to the gym at this point. So I was just going, oh, I'm just going to do this thing
yeah.
and
You
be
saw it on
really good at
TV.
it.
It's like, yeah,
Yeah, like they do it like it must be so easy, right?
yeah.
Um, no, but yeah, I doing that was it was a huge a humbling experience for me. But just yeah, in general, I found so many. I genuinely like lots of I couldn't get a back roll for like a couple months,
Mm, yeah.
I couldn't get my what was I scared of doing? My flip
Yeah.
bumps,
Yep, yep.
Like there were so many aspects and so many tiny things, so many super, super tiny like fundamental things that I was just like, oh, I'm this is really difficult.
I mean, it's scary going
But
head over heels and doing those flips and
But yeah, well, for the most part, and I think this has always been a thing that I've experienced, it's just always a mental block
yeah.
of like, oh, but this is really scary. Um, but like, yeah, it's more or less just trying and giving it a go. Because I always know that when I do that first attempt, it's gonna be a little scary, but then immediately I'm gonna be like, wait, I think I can do this, and I will do it again. And that is what I hold on to with practicing things that scare me, is getting over that mental hurdle of just being too scared to do it and then doing it once, maybe it being not great, and that's okay, but then doing it again and doing it a little bit more confidently and a little bit better.
Sounds like a great mentality to have. Just, I think, like we said before, in wrestling and life, just keep trying till you work it out eventually.
Exact that is the motto I live by.
When it comes to training, you mentioned that your mentality, you kind of just thinking about it positively and keep trying, that kind of gets you through. Were there any people that helped you along the way as well, helped you get through those hurdles?
Oh, absolutely. I think yeah, like again, Kingsley was always someone who was very, very good at like just kind of bringing me out of my shell socially, but also at training and building that confidence in what I am able to do. And I think also Chevs was a big one when
Yeah.
I was like a year in, and COVID happened, and she came back from the UK and she started training at Nui, and she was a huge turning point for me and my confidence again. And then even just moving to Sydney, Kai Drake was very a big part of a lot of growth
Hmm.
as
He-
well.
He's a
Just
good
kind of
guy, Kai Drake. I don't mind him.
he's a kind soul, that one. Don't
Yeah.
tell him I said that,
Oh,
but
wouldn't get you wrong.
but yeah, like yeah, I think those are like the three that really brought a lot out of me and pushed me in a way where I feel like I wouldn't have been able to do half the things I could do if it weren't for them, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And now that you're kind of on the other side of that, you've been wrestling a few years now. Like we said at the start, you're in those like trusted spots. Do you have any advice for anyone that's aspiring to be a wrestler or beginning their training? What's something that you wish maybe you would have been told at the beginning when you were trying to figure out those flip bumps?
Oh. just always, just always give it a go. Don't, don't just go, no, I can't do it, so I won't try.
Yeah.
Just give it a go. Even if it's super half-assed, even if it's just the tiniest attempt, even if you end up just not doing it very well, just give it a go. Because trust me, you'll thank yourself for doing that. I know I do. I thank myself every day for just giving things a go. So,
It's better to
yeah, that
half-ass it than not ass it at all, you know?
well, that's it, right? And then when you
Mm.
half-ass it, you go, hang on a second. No, I can do that. I can do it better, and I can
Mm.
do it completely. And then you do.
Yeah.
And
Then,
then you do.
then it's more rewarding because you sort of, you know what you've sort of been through to get to that point, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Sometimes I'll do things in matches and I go, I practice that so much. People don't understand how much I practice to get those things, but that's okay.
We appreciate it all the same. It's
Exactly.
but there's so much work that goes into even the most basic of things. Like I tried to do a bit of training at one point, and even just simple things. Sometimes like even running the ropes is like, whoa, okay, that's wasn't expecting that.
Oh yeah, that's a real shocker when you first do that.
Yeah,
But I mean, mentally and also physically, the amount of bruises you end up on your back.
yeah.
Awful. I'm happy my body is just used to it now.
You're sort of calloused up now.
Yeah, my back's fine.
Yeah,
She'll be fine.
you've been hitting that body biz, right? So the back's all
Oh yeah,
sorted. Yeah.
I'm prepped for this.
Um, if you look back at your last few years as a whole, what would be your favorite experiences so far in wrestling? What would have shocked, say, Shay 10 years ago that you've done now in wrestling?
I feel, I mean, every time I get to wrestle interstate is a crazy thing. And I will always, every time I fly to like specifically Melbourne in this
Mm,
case. But yeah, every time I get flown interstate to, to wrestle, to perform, to defend the MCW Women's Championship, it's just a really surreal thing that I never thought I could have or I could do.
yeah,
Um, but I think kind of once I shifted myself into gear of like, no, 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 I want to do that. I'm going to do that. I think that's kind of where it all changed the perspective from, when I was very young and coming up and, I was very nervous to ask about things to now I kind of just go, well, I want to I want to do these things, so I'm going to do these things. Um, whether people like it or not. I'm
yeah.
just going to give people no choice.
I suppose it's always good to
Uh,
give yourself that choice and, don't let people say no or, just think the worst thing they can say is no. So to put yourself out there, keep sort of pushing for those things.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, right? Is like truly it is. And that's what before I message people like promoters or just anyone for anything, any reason, I'm like, the worst thing they could do is leave me on red or tell me no. And really, that's not that bad.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm just like, I might as well just do it and know the answer than not do it and never know, which I'll absolutely kick myself for later,
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, I think there's a lot of moments, especially like um, Perth last year
Yeah.
was a crazy experience, going interstate when WWE is in town and, wrestling for the, EPW, This Is
Yeah.
Our House, the big Australian super show they had,
That's a great
um,
show.
doing, extras for WWE.
Yeah. The
That was kind of
reactions
my
you
first
guys
experience
had,
with that.
it's great. And that's so also Black and
Eh,
Damien
he
Priest.
threw he threw a fireball at his face. It was crazy. Did you not see it?
I did,
Did
but
you not?
I was on the other side of the arena, so I'm like trying to zoom into my phone. My phone's not that good, so I'm like, oh my God, there's fire.
Yeah, it was truly crazy that we just all happened to be sitting there at that exact moment. It's just, yeah, a wild time.
Yeah. Great experience, I'm sure. Did you get to talk to anyone at WWE backstage at any length, or was it just
Ah,
quick?
I mean, I feel like it's a very, a quick, like, everything's kind of go, go, go,
Mm.
over there. We did have a brief talk with Kit Wilson. He was
Oh, yeah.
very kind. He was
Didn't call
very
you toxic?
lovely. No, I don't think I am.
Of course
So
not.
thank you for Kit for not also thinking that. But yeah, no, he was super, super lovely. Um, and yeah, it was just that was like a really like that was like a little taste of like,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
It's like what could be.
okay.
Yeah.
And what will be. You know what
Well,
I mean?
that leads me to my sort of last question to wrap up here. What are your future plans and goals going forward? Whether that's, next week, next month, next couple of years. What's next for Shay Cassidy?
I mean, next week, next month, next year, next decade, I think it'll be the same. I wanna get a contract, man. I want to work for WWE, you know?
Nice.
Um, which, I feel like I'm always trying to think of ways to just get closer and closer to that. Um, and I feel like am, I think I am. But yeah, I'm gonna keep working. Gotta keep working, gotta keep striving, you
That's it.
know?
Can't stop, won't stop. Yeah.
Can't stop, won't stop me.
Yeah.
Don't even try, because you won't. It's not gonna happen.
But it seems like you're on your way, and I suppose step one of that could be winning King of the Metro in a couple of weeks' time. Right?
Oh, you know what? You're onto that. You're onto something.
There we go.
Oh,
It all comes full circle.
amazing. Exactly. I'll go from one to winner. Bam. There we go.
Hell yeah.
It'll be like that.
And just lastly, anything you'd like to share with the fans, people watching before we sign off here?
Oh, I mean, I can share my socials, not to
Absolutely.
shamelessly plug myself.
Oh, that's the
Um,
point of the question, really.
thank thank goodness. My TikTok, my Twitter, and my Instagram, I believe, are all the same at Shay Kassidy Pro.
Hmm.
My Facebook is just Shay Kassidy, I think, which I don't use that super often, but sometimes, hey, maybe I'll post something there.
Nice.
My Instagram is what I use quite often. I try to post on TikTok a little
Nice.
bit, but and yeah, if you go on my Instagram, I have like a lot of my matches available to watch on YouTube if you just look at my highlights. So if you want to watch me wrestle, Instagram's probably the best place to have a look at that.
Awesome. Whole lot of Shay all day.
That's a great saying. Put it on a
There
shirt now.
you go.
Come on.
Get it done. Get it done. Thank you so much, Shay, for taking the time tonight. It's been a really fun chat and great to find out a bit more about you and looking forward to what happens in the next few weeks, days, months, and years.
Me too. Thank you for having me, Mick.
No worries, anytime. And all the best at King of the Metro.
Fingers crossed.
All right. Thank you everyone for joining us. My name is Mick Robson from the Arena Media. This has been the GirlyPop Sensation, Shay Cassidy. See you next time.